There we go. We should be live. Is anyone out there? That's the first question.
Hello.
Okay. It has now showed up on YouTube.
Yes, I see it.
Great.
Well, hello, everybody. You excited? Oh, comments are coming in. I love comments. Comments are fun. We're whoa, I can on someone's screen and that freaked me out. We are going to introduce ourselves and then get started on things. So I'm Mandy Grace. I'm an author and a nanny. My phone's telling me that I'm live. Thank you. And I had a book that published today, which is super exciting. So yay. I don't know who wants to go next. Introduce yourselves.
Sure, I can go. Hello, everybody. My name is Austin K. I'm from the channel Austin K, which is my name, which is right there. And on the 14th of December, my poetry collection, Watercolor Green, will be releasing. I'm here to talk about that and hang out with some really cool people, some of whom I've just met, and already A+ endorsement on personality for Miss Shayna. Shanna.
Yes.
Well,
I guess I'll go next since you just said my name. I'm Shanna Dow, and I am a young adult author, and I released my first book in May. And my, I'll tell more about that later. And I'm in the process of editing my second book, and I hope to have that released. Oh, I want to say January, but that's probably pushing it. It's probably going to be more February. But it's very exciting, and I've met so many awesome people on not only here just now. These ladies are fantastic, but also on Instagram on the writing community. So that's just a little tiny bit about me. Thank you for having us, Mandy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, thank you so much.
Hello, I am Candace. I am Mandy Grace's cousin, currently in cosplay as one of her characters, Ida. My YouTube channel is Canda Panda Cosplay, as well as Hairbrained Hutchinson's, which we have not posted on in forever, but we may start that back up at some point. Who knows?
Forgot about that.
Well, Candace has not forgotten about it.
Oh my goodness. That's so funny that you brought
and I'm not an author.
Nope.
You're still an artist.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I think it does exist.
This is this is my sister, and she also did the Hairbrained Hutchinson YouTube channel, which was it was entertaining.
Which exists.
It's out there somewhere if people want to go find it. Anyway, we should get going. So I'm gonna go first, really briefly, and talk about my books and such like. And then I'm going to have Candace show off all of her Ida glory. And then we'll move on to Austin's little segment for whatever she has prepared. I have no idea what either of you, have prepared. So I'm sort of like, what is this going to be like? Anyway, my book that published today is Return to Grace, which is actually the second book in my second Robin Hood series. I had a Robin Hood series that I published a few years back, which is I'm not very good at figuring out sides when this way. That stack right there. There's 5 books in that series, which is published under Amanda Grace rather than Mandy. Don't get confused. I'm 2 people. It's fine. And then I have my second Robin Hood series, which is Return to Sherwood. That one there. And then Mandy Grace also published I can't point. Return to Grace. So the Return to Sherwood and Return to Grace series are the Robin Hood story, but it's not what you would think, because modern tellings generally have the story set with Richard the Lionheart and that time period. So I moved this series a little further in time, where King John is actually the King of England instead of the evil prince villain. So that was interesting to research for. King John had a fascinating reign. I didn't dive into a whole lot of it in my book specifically, but it was a lot of fun to research all of that King John-ness, the Magna Carta, like all the things. It was very fascinating stuff. But anyway, I really didn't have anything to discuss with my books because I hate talking about myself and my stuff. So
where can we find your books?
They're on Amazon. That's
do you have it linked down below?
Also, I do. I have everyone's stuff is linked below. My books, Austin's pre-order, and then I have Shanna's book. All the things will be down below.
Look at you on top of things.
Yay!
I was definitely trying. I'm gonna stop talking about myself because it makes me uncomfortable. And we're gonna roll straight in.
We're here for you. This is exciting.
I know.
Congratulations. Me too.
This is great.
Very exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Don't like talking about it, but I am very excited. Anyway, I'm gonna roll straight into my giveaway because that's not as awkward to talk about. So anyway, I'm doing a trivia question. So the first person who can answer correctly is gonna win. The prize is a little bit of a choose your thing because there are options. So first, there's an option of what you want to get, because I have mugs and or I don't know if you can see my shirt and or spiral notebooks.
Ooh,
all of which have my name on them. So you can choose which one you want. And then once you pick which one you want, you can also choose whether you want my name on it, which seems a little narcissistic, or if you want to have the cover of Return to Sherwood or Return to Grace on it. So, to the actual trivia question.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Drum roll.
Yeah, do it.
I mentioned that most modern retellings set the story of Robin Hood in the reign of King Richard the Lionheart. But I would like to know, and you are allowed to Google it if you must, but I would like to know, does anyone know the name of the king from the earliest Robin Hood ballads? Because it wasn't Richard.
Dun dun dun.
You do the little Jeopardy.
Da, 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 da.
Keep going.
No one wants to answer this question.
They're probably like you got like maybe we have to give them a little time. They're probably have to
Google it.
They're Googling just
Google.
on the keys. During this time, Mandy, I would like to ask you some questions about your book.
Oh boy, okay.
So your book is a retelling, you've said that.
Yes.
What made you choose Robin Hood specifically?
Well, I don't know. Good night. That was like 8 years ago when I first started the Robin Hood saga. And I was always obsessed with Robin Hood. I always enjoyed Robin Hood stories, and I would read any that I could get my hands on, but I don't know what made me think I should write my own.
Is there a particular character in the Sherwood universe that resonates more with you, or somebody that you're more directly inspired by?
Mm.
Like, are you a Maid Marian stan or are you a Robin Hood stan?
Well, I don't know.
Little John.
Mm,
Yeah. Or the friar, what was his name? I don't remember
Friar
now.
Tuck.
Yes, Friar Tuck.
Oh man. See, I don't know. At this point, because it's almost been a decade of me being immersed in my own Robin Hood story, I don't know that I could separate. It's been a decade of me being immersed in my own Robin Hood story. I don't know that I could separate.
Oh, we're talking.
I hear myself.
Is the screen muted on everybody's computer?
Should be.
I'll check mine.
Sometimes she just be talking, you know? Let's see.
Oh, there's an answer.
Rebecca has an answer from Benjamin.
That is correct. It is Edward.
Yay! Congratulations.
Edward!
Okay, well, I know how to get a hold of Benjamin to get him his surprise.
I know how to get a hold of you.
Okay. Austin, I guess we can transition into your
Sure.
segment.
Do I have permissions for sharing screens?
Oh, yes, I think so.
I think it'll just ask you to approve it once it pops up. Okay, hello. Hi, everybody. So this is my cover for my poetry collection. It's called Watercolor Green. It's my first fully curated work. I have published like a poetry collection before, but it was really just this sort of desperate attempt to just be heard and get my voice out there. So I did include some poems from the original publication that I'd done before, but that's no longer listed because nobody needs to look at that ever. It was bad. But yeah, there are some poems in here that are from that collection because I'm still very much that same artist who just really wants to be heard and really wants their voice out there. And Watercolor Green really encompasses that desire to be heard and to express my own individual experiences. And, you know, hopefully those experiences relate to other people and we can all sort of bond over that. So there are a few things that I wanted to talk about for Watercolor Green specifically. And the first thing is the art. There's artwork included. It's all original artwork by an artist friend of mine named Eroy Lee. We met during the Renaissance Festival circuit when we both worked at the Renaissance Festival. Yes. And we've kept in contact for years. Yeah, it's been almost like 6 years, 6, 7, 8 years actually. Yeah, so it's been almost a decade. I'm old. So we've known each other for almost a decade, and I've always been a real fan of his work. This butterfly that is on the cover was just, this is the reason that I asked him to do art. I saw a butterfly that he had painted before and just fell in love with it. And he repurposed that idea of the butterfly for the cover. So I'm actually going to read you the poem that made the butterfly so important to the novel and why it's on the cover. So both the physical cover and the ebook cover feature the butterfly. So it is the title poem. Yeah, the poem's also called Watercolor Green. So here is that sneaky peeky at a poem. Okay. Watercolor green, bleeding and bending the light's whims, dancing hearts flutter, your pools welcoming with gentle wings, to touch and dip, gliding as softly as familiar kisses on your delicate surface, accepting, but unable to give, you yield to the dream of being known. And that poem is what got me even on the track to do this poetry collection in the first place. I had this dream of literally a butterfly just sort of flying in one of those like ancient Chinese ink paintings where there's so much white space and just somehow the ink, even though it doesn't fill up all of it, just makes everything look delicate and real somehow. And that is going to lead into the giveaway and the question for the giveaway. See, I told you it was related but unrelated, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the question for the giveaway is, what is Confucius's birthday, including the year, and also what is his true name? What's his real name? I don't expect you to write it in Chinese characters. You do not have to do
Dang, write it in Chinese characters.
For extra bonus points.
For extra bonus points, sure.
Rebecca.
Yes, I was about to say that, Rebecca.
Yeah, and the giveaway is a digital copy on release day, although I have been considering it, and I might just send you a regular copy, like a real copy. So
Rebecca,
if you type it in Chinese, no, I'm kidding.
That's the one.
Exactly. That's your bonus points.
Your bonus point is a physical copy.
Yeah.
There is a difference between the e-book and the physical copy as well, though. The physical copy includes a poem that is not included in the digital.
Oh.
And that poem, I won't read it out loud because I am not prepared to read Korean out loud right now. It's my first translated work. So this is my original proof copy. So this isn't even what the book actually looks like. That's why the cover is not correct. It is a poem called Honey. And it is written in Korean. So fully in Hangul, but it does have the, wow. Rebecca. All right.
What is the little character?
It should be just his last name, which is Kong.
Oh.
Ding 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 ding. Yeah, so I wrote this translated poem. It's like for my Korean class. I went to like a Korean school, and we all had like this talent show, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And my teacher was like, well, write something, or you can read a poem. And I was like, well, why don't I write a poem? And he was like, I don't know if you're at that level. And I was like, oh, I am. And I did. He had to help me a lot. Oh, boo kunao. See. But also Kong, which is his last name, which means no. I would type in the chat, but I cannot because my chat always disconnects, and I don't know why.
That's unfortunate.
I know. All right, so I will just ask you for Rebecca's information.
Okay, cool.
Rebecca's in the suite. Okay, so let's see. You're going to see all of my Canva. Hold on. I'm going to show you some other things.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me show you some other things.
Here we go. And I will leave you with this last poem, which this is another little drawing by Eroy, which I'm obsessed with. If I wanted a tattoo that was a picture, I would probably get this little bird tattooed on me somewhere. He's so cute. This poem is called Good Word, and it's the opening poem to the entire novel. Glittering hope, blasting through the fog of yesterday, please be good to me. I will try to be good to me. And I wanted to leave you guys with that because, especially in this year, I think it's really important for us to remember to at least try to be good to ourselves.
Yes.
And this poetry collection is just a full reminder to be present, active, and good to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my little spiel.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wee.
That's good.
I'm very excited to get this poetry collection, by the way.
Yeah.
Yay. Yay.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you. I did the all of the formatting. I learned how to do it in like a month, and it was stressful, but I've never felt so relieved, but like in that proud way where you're like, I did something.
Yes.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
It's
something I think.
Right? Self-published.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Like as self-publishing people to do that just feels so amazing. And I never knew that like I could feel so accomplished for something like that. So
That's good.
Yep. Well, Shanna, do you want to go next?
I can, yes. Again, thank you, Mandy, for having us on, and congratulations on your second book. That is fantastic.
Thanks.
And I have just ordered her first one, and so I'm super excited to read it. And I love Robin Hood too. I love I remember reading the original, like you said, back in high school. You know, you read all of the classics, and so I'm excited to read your retelling. I love all of those. But I don't have anything out on my second book yet. I don't have the cover design, any of that. So I'll talk about that a little bit, but this is the book I have out now. It's going to be backwards. I don't know how to do that, but this is the book, The Keeper. And it came out in May, and it is self-published. I am a self-published independent author. And the whole book started several years ago. I had a dream about a boy in a meadow next to a lake. And he comes to this meadow, and he just sees this chair sitting there. And he doesn't know what it's doing there. What is a chair doing out in the middle of a meadow? So he sits on the chair, and the chair takes him to across the lake, but it's almost in a different parallel universe type deal. And everyone in this village is innocent. There's no, I don't even know what the word, but everyone's innocent. There's no quote unquote like sin or anything in this village. And so he starts making friends, and he's like, I need to bring people to this village. This is amazing. So, and this dream is so vivid. I probably had like 10 years ago, but it's like I just had it last night. It was so vivid. So anyway, he starts telling people about it, and he tells people, and more and more chairs show up, and they go to this village. And so they're all looking, and they're at this village and experiencing this amazing town. There's nothing wrong with it. Everyone is friendly. There's no hate. There's all love. Well, as these people visit the village, then the the people within the village kind of start taking on some of the characteristics of the people that are visiting the village, and some of it starts becoming corrupt. So he's like, now wait, what's happening to this village? Now there's not love in this village anymore. People are starting to bicker with each other. Things are kind of starting to become a little dingy. It's not quite so beautiful and crystal clear as it used to be. And so it's his job in my dream. This is still in my dream to go in and fix all of it. So I woke up from the dream going, well, that was an interesting dream. What was that supposed to be about? So that took me on about a 10-year journey, probably, to my book, The Keeper. And so, of course, in the book, he doesn't know. I'll just read to you what it is about. I had to pull it up because actually, when you're a self-published author, you don't have anyone behind you helping you do any of these, doing blurbs or anything like that.
No, so I have learned that.
You have to do yourself. So here's what it is. Okay, it says, the balance has been upset. Evil seems to be winning. Can one boy make a difference and bring the balance between good and evil back into harmony? In the unseen realms between our universes, keepers maintain the delicate balance between good and evil. When the opposing elites begin their quest to upset that balance and unleash the darkness, can one seemingly insignificant boy leave his old life behind and embark on a journey to uncover his hidden potential? 15-year-old Marston Ames thinks his life is over. His family has settled into a tiny mountain town in Montana, leaving him to deal with the crushing loneliness and depression brought on by never-ending solitude. It doesn't help that he is experiencing recurring nightmares of a shadowy figure literally choking the life out of him. However, unbeknownst to him, these dreams are a precursor to the powers he will possess if he joins the Keepers. Will he embrace his destiny? The balance must be restored. If the darkness spreads across the multiverses, all life will be changed forever. After all, light exists to drive out darkness, and light must prevail. So that's my latest blurb.
I just got chills. I need that. I'm not joking. If my camera was good enough, you could see the goosebumps. Like, wow. Holy crap.
Yeah. And so the book is kind of, he reflects me in a way. When I wrote this book, we had just moved and I was experiencing some loneliness and things like that because we were away from family and friends. So I put that in the book, but it's his journey. And I wrote it from a perspective of a boy. I have all boys. I have 4 sons. And they love to read. But if you ever noticed in young adult novels, what do they all have in common? On every single book, well, now not Mandy's, but all girls. Have you ever noticed that? All the young adult fantasy, adventure, everything is written by strong. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love strong female leads. But where are all the boys? So I was like, I'm going to start writing books with strong young male heroes. And so that's what I did. And I love Marston. He's funny and he has a good relationship with his family, which again, a lot of kids have good relationship with their families. Why do they have to have a dysfunctional, that's okay to have a good relationship with your family. So he does. He's still a kid, he's still 15 years old. So he has his moments. But, anyway, let me read to you. Am I okay on my time? Do I have time to read?
You can go as long as you want to.
Okay. I read the first chapter. There is going to be an audiobook come out on this. Ooh. And on the first book, hopefully the time that I get my second book released, the audio for the first book will be released. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that'll be fun because my third son, he likes to read with his ears. He likes to listen to books. All right, so here we go. It's not very long. It's just 4 pages. All right. His foot missed the next stone and it plunged into the icy water. The boy grimaced as the water soaked his left foot and he raised it up, giving it a good shake. He picked his way across the fast-moving river and took special care as he maneuvered the slippery rocks. For a moment, he stopped and glanced up at the sky. The light from the moon was no help tonight. He could barely see across the river and gave a silent shudder as the coldness from his wet foot crept up his leg. For a moment, he thought he glimpsed the dim figure he'd been following. He stood stock still in the middle of the river, hoping that the moonless night would be to his benefit if he would not be spotted. The figure crept into the thick trees. He picked up his pursuit and crossed the water until he reached the other side. Once his feet were back on dry ground, he took his wet shoe and sock off. He wrung the water out of his sock and cringed when he put it back on. Shouldering his backpack, he stepped into the forest and tried to soften his footfalls as he scanned the path before him for any sign of the shadowy figure. The forest became full of sounds as crickets called to each other. The hoot of an owl startled him with its closeness. As he turned the corner, a huge figure lunged from him, and he stumbled back, trying not to fall. "Why are you following me?" the dark figure hissed. Strong fingers curled around his throat, and the air slowly left his lungs. The boy tried to respond while clawing at the man's fingers, but the man squeezed even harder. He was lifted off his feet and rammed hard against the tree. This wasn't the way this was supposed to go, thought the boy, as his vision tunneled. The icy fingers of fear tingled down his spine, and he knew he was about to die. Regret and loneliness filled his mind. Okay. Marston awoke with a startled yelp. He caught his dad's eyes in the rearview mirror, studying him with one raised eyebrow. "You okay back there?" his dad asked. Marston sat up, his neck cramped from leaning up against the car door. He gave a short nod and pulled his hoodie up over his head. He glanced out the window, going over the dream in his head. The dreams were getting more realistic. He could still sense the icy water on his foot and the dark stranger's hands around his throat. Absently, he rubbed his throat as he gave a little swallow. "I'm just stressed from this stupid move," he reasoned. The dream surely stemmed from all his anxiety surrounding the sudden move from his childhood home. He pulled his earbuds out of his pocket and placed them in his ears. He scrolled down the screen of his phone until he came to his favorite playlist. The music filled his ears and the dream began to fade. He observed his sister gently bobbing her head as she listened to her music. There was a book balancing on her lap while she was unscrewing the lid to her favorite essential oil. The fragrance drifted over to him, and the car filled with gentle scent of lavender. "Here, put some of this on your wrist," she motioned to him, reaching out the bottle to tap on him. "It will help calm you." "I don't need your stupid oils." Marston pulled his arms closer to his body, and he shot her a glare. "Did you have a bad dream? Are you so stressed out?" She continued to question him, all the while reaching for his arm. "Clover, stop it. I'm fine," he grumbled. "Try the oils, dear. It will improve your mood," called his mom from the front seat. She twisted around and gave him a sweet smile. "Good grief," sighed Marston. His mom continued to smile at him as his sister held a tiny bottle out with a serene look on her face. "Fine, give me the dumb oils." Clover gave a happy little sound and dabbed the lavender on both his wrists. "Now rub them together and breathe the oil in. That's right. Can't you just sense the calmness taking over?" she asked. "I feel something taking over, all right." He pushed his sister's hands away and looked back out the window, hoping his family would just leave him alone. They all meant well, as much as hippie people can. That's what Marston called his family, the hippie people. He swore he'd been born into the wrong family. His mom was always on the lookout for the next health fad, and his sister had the crazy idea that an oil from a plant would cure anything. His dad always seemed to be good-natured about it and took everything in stride. Marley, the baby of the family, wasn't old enough to have a say in the matter, only being 3. His dad had taken a new computer job, and they were leaving Washington for the mountains of Montana. The bitterness swept into Marston as he considered all that he had left behind. His friends, his school, his almost girlfriend. He regretted not asking her out sooner. Behind his closed eyes, he saw her beautiful lapping green eyes and the way her smile would just light up her face. They had known each other since elementary school, but he had not started to develop feelings for her until his freshman year of high school. The flirting began between them both, and his friends had assured him that the attraction was mutual. Just as he had built up the courage to ask her to prom, his parents had set him and his sister down for a family meeting. When they told him that his father had taken a job in Montana and they were moving at the end of the school year, he had been livid. He had begged his parents to at least let him stay and finish out his last 2 years of high school. He knew he could have stayed for one more with one of his friends. However, his parents were adamant about keeping the family together, and he had not even considered allowing him to stay behind. So they were moving, and he was stuck in the car, going to a place he had no desire to go. Marston sank further in his seat as a deep depression washed over him. His parents had ruined his life. His life was over, or so he thought. That's it.
Marston is so relatable.
Now I have to
Don't touch me.
I love essential oils, but I get grief from my family. So I love Clover. She is so funny, and she's always into things. But that's Marston in a tiny little nutshell from the keeper. So he's super fun to write, and he's a good kid.
Yeah, he sounds legitimately like a good kid.
Yeah,
like a normal dude. my friend said that she liked me, and I was just about to ask her out, and now you've ruined my life.
Yeah, like thanks a lot, parents. So anyway, so
you don't understand. She had green eyes, dude.
No, who knows? Maybe she'll pop up later in the book. We'll have to see.
Oh, I have it written down on the back of my hand.
Yeah,
so I can buy it.
It's fun and it has action. It's a young adult fantasy / sci-fi. It's considered a contemporary fantasy because it is set in our world. But it has a little elements of sci-fi to it. It has action adventure. So it's just a fun book. The goal of my books are for people to be able to sit down, read it, have fun with it, and just escape a little bit. I mean, that is it. If they can get any kind of just joy and have a happy time reading it, then that's amazing. I love that. So thank you, Mandy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm enjoying it, by the way. I'm only about 4 chapters or something like that into the keeper, but it's super entertaining, and Marston just cracks me up every chapter. He's just hilarious.
Oh, I guess I do have a trivia question. So for mine, I'm going to give away a book. And actually on my website, you can get 2 chapters for free. And if you want to go there, and then also I have a follow-up novella after this book that talks about one of the characters. And again, that's free. And so it's all on my website. So if you want to look at that, but here's mine. Now on Instagram, a few days ago, we had to post about Christmas. So this actually doesn't have anything to do about my book, but it does have something to do about an Instagram post. And I love collecting Father Christmas. Now I don't collect Santa Claus. I like Father Christmas. So it's the traditional, well, I have a little one sitting right here.
The guy, yeah.
It's like, the little guys. I have more around here somewhere. So here's my trivia question. Father Christmas is based on a real person, St. Nicholas. Where was St. Nicholas born?
I can't answer.
So that's my trivia question. And that's for a part or a copy of the book.
Austin is bursting.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to make sure I'm right. I mean, I can't answer anyway, but I want to make sure I'm right.
See if you're right. And you can Google it. Probably not a lot of people know about St. Nicholas, but he was a real person. That's who it's based off of. He was quite remarkable.
Were you correct, Austin?
I am. Are you talking about the myth or the man?
man. He was real. St. Nicholas.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Then yes, I was correct.
Very good. Good.
Oh, I accidentally clicked out of a bunch of stuff. There I am. Okay, I'm back.
We've got one answer.
Karina.
Have anyone? I can't look. I don't have the yeah. Well, let me see if that's me. Look it up. I believe that's right. Yeah. Because it's in a, let me see. Well,
Uh-oh.
as it is, let me look.
Traditionally, Nicholas was born in the city of Patara, Lycia.
Yeah, it's Lycia in Asia Minor. So I would say that's close enough. But yeah, he was from Asia Minor. So I'm going to say yes, that is correct.
It's very specific. She got the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lycia. So he was called Nicholas of Myra. So anyway, so congratulations. Yes. Good job.
Yeah. I am going back to university this year because initially when I went to university for a career that could potentially make me money, but I wasn't happy. So history and mythology is like it's my thing.
Yeah.
Like the myth of Saint Nicholas, like
right.
You know, the German Austrian Santa Claus guy, is one thing, and that led me to the path of, well, who was Saint Nicholas the Saint?
Right.
Who was that guy?
Yeah. I know, because it all gets kind of convoluted as it, you know, but yeah, it's interesting, but I love just the myth behind Father Christmas. So anyway, so that's my deal, but thank you, Mandy. And thank you for letting me read a little bit from my book. That was fun. I haven't actually read it out loud. It's always been in my mind. So.
It 100% sold me on the book. So
thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's a fun group of characters. I enjoyed it.
Well, I forgot during my segment that I was going to show off Candace and make her, you know, do the cosplay thing. So I'm going to backtrack all the way back to the beginning.
Well, no, I mean, I thought we were going to circle back to you anyway. Like, you're the bookend.
Yeah.
It's your show.
Yeah, absolutely. It works. It works out.
It was definitely planned.
It was definitely. It's on my schedule. No,
I thought it was.
We're ready to
perfect. No one knows otherwise. It's fine.
So anyway, in Return to Sherwood and Return to Grace, there are multiple POV books. So like everyone in the gang has parts of the story, but there are 3 specific storylines that are like actually the storylines with their character arcs. Those are the people you're supposed to care about. And Ida is the main one of those 3. So she's she's kind of this no-nonsense girl who's just like super snarky and sarcastic and pretty sure that she could run the world much better than anyone else can, and she's probably right. So when the gang gets separated because of King John sending a mercenary to try and kill them all, she goes on this whole journey of figuring out who she is as a person, because she's separated from her family when the gang gets separated. And then she's also got some issues with several other members of the gang, and those are the people that she gets stuck with when the gang separates. So she has like this whole experience learning forgiveness and acceptance and stuff. So that's who Ida is. Candace, do you want to show off your outfit, or I don't know?
Sure, I'll do my best. So Ida is an archer, as well as using daggers. I can't find my daggers, so pretend that I have them. But I conveniently started getting into archery this year. So I had already purchased a shooting glove, as well as this glove, which is for offhand shooting, which is likely in that time period what they would have been doing. And then I also have a bow.
Yes, we love historical accuracy.
So this is neither an English longbow nor a I forget the name, but the short recurve bows that Robin might have brought back from the Crusades, depending on which version of the story you're looking at. So it isn't technically historically accurate for either of the possibilities, but it's the one that I for myself personally. So we're going to pretend like it's perfectly historically accurate. But it's a real pretty bow with like gold detailing on it.
Ooh.
Is real pretty.
Okay,
It's not strong right now.
We see you, Lothlorien, over there.
I'm so glad you recognized that.
I am a big nerd and a little old, so yes.
A little old, yeah, okay.
Oh my goodness.
So those are the main, like, I feel like those are the big key pieces. I also have this glorious wig that matches my natural hair color, but is much longer than my natural hair is right now. And, well, my hair is not my natural hair color. So we had to go with the wig to match Ida. And then, of course, your classic green cloak, because you can't be in the forest without a cloak.
That is true.
Ideal. And then, you know, a vest.
Nice vest.
Yeah.
Ooh, side lacing action.
Yeah. Let's see, how does the camera work? Yeah.
Very nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Good stuff.
You look amazing.
Thanks. I made the leggings that I am wearing, the tunic that I am wearing, the vest that I am wearing, and the cloak.
Wow. That's amazing.
Awesome.
Thanks.
So, another thing that I meant to mention at the beginning before we started this whole nonsense, I had all of this written down, you guys, but I wasn't paying any attention to the piece of paper. Anyway, nobody knew how to enter for the big grand giveaway because I didn't even discuss it. But there is one more giveaway, and I'm gonna give y'all time to actually comment so you can be a part of the giveaway. So the final giveaway is going to be a signed copy of my book, and that will be either Return to Sherwood or Return. I can't point. Anyway, it's going to be either this one or this one, depending on whether or not you already own the first one. So.
Oh,
yeah,
Corey, get ready.
Wins,
Get the second one.
Whoever wins, you'll have to let me know if you already have the first one, and then you'll get a signed copy of the second one, if that makes sense. And then also Austin's book, and then whatever other goodies I decide to throw in the box when I mail this. So what's going to happen is I have my sister watching the comments, and she has hopefully been getting everyone's names as you comment, and then she's going to mix them all up and tell me which one wins. So my niece is knocking on the door at the moment. I don't know if I should let her in or not. Oh my goodness. So anyway, if you want to be a part of the giveaway, make sure you comment really quick. I'm going to message my sister and see if she's, drawing a name.
I will also say, through the course of the live stream, I changed my mind. The books that I'm giving away are all going to be the physical books because I was thinking about it, and my book doesn't come out until the 14th.
Right.
So either way, you would have to wait until the 14th to get the book. So
Okay.
I'm just going to send the physical copies.
Yay.
I'm just going to send physical copies, y'all.
Good.
That's so funny.
Well, your poetry was beautiful. So
Oh my
congratulations.
God, thank you.
on
Thank you
that.
so much.
Yeah.
This is my new favorite comment.
Oh, what's my comment? I like free stuff. I think that comment counts.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's any comment, and then Rebecca's drawing a name from the people who have commented. Gotcha.
Comment. Even if it's just hello.
Or I like free stuff.
Hi.
In the running.
I like free stuff.
I like
I think that one's good.
You could probably write a comment in a foreign language. I would be interested in that. So if you want to do that,
Right?
I'd be like, ooh, fascinating. Let me write that down.
Yes, Corey, spam the chat.
Yes. She's trying really hard. I really want to win. Didn't you win something on the last one, Corey?
She did. She won a signed copy of Return to Sherwood.
Oh, so now she wants the next one.
She's like, I gotta get the set. It's the goal.
And she did a different language too.
Hola, yo quiero más libros, por favor.
I think she really wants it.
Hello, I want more books, please.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, my sister has sent me a message. So the winner, who's getting both my book and Austin's and whatever other goodies I throw in the box, we'll see. I have ideas for other things to put in the box when I mail it, but I haven't actually decided on anything, so it'll just be a surprise.
Oh,
Things are happening. Okay, so the winner is Serena. I'm sorry, Corey.
Yay.
Thank you.
oh. Hey, congratulations.
Yay.
Oh my goodness.
Yay!
She let's see. She answered the Nicholas question too, didn't she?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Well done. Getting lots of books. Good
There
stuff.
will be some sneaky gifts in yours as well from me. Hee hee hee. I could show you, actually.
I'm gonna get my niece. One second.
Aw.
Zarina, I'm going to show you the other things that I'm going to throw in that package. So I'll be right back.
I guess it's just us. Oh, there she is.
Entertain, Shanna, entertain.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to say hi, but you were banging on my door.
Aw.
Hi, baby girl.
Okay. Okay. Well, that is you don't want to go out? Okay, you can stay right here. That is all the things that I had, unless someone else has something else they want to add.
Remember how I told you it was difficult for me? You remember how I told you it was difficult for me to make decisions and also difficult for me to sell myself? So, Zarina, since I have to order the book anyway and send it to you in physical copy, I will also throw in a sticker and one of my bookmarks that I designed, which
Nice.
has another poem on it. There you go.
Nice.
And also that image that you saw before of the bird in a poster form.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Just for you. I've just decided.
Nice.
My other nieces just walked in as well. So do you want to say hi before we kick off?
Matching PJs.
Very cute.
Oh, goodness. Well, everyone needs to go pre-order Austin's book. There's a link in the description. It is there. Also buy Shanna's book. There's also a link for that.
Yes, absolutely buy Shanna's book.
Also,
I just did. So
Thank you.
I love this. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Ah, what was I scared of? That's about the pants with no one inside.
And Austin, I'll be sure to share yours on my Instagram. I'll do some stories.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So Candace, thank you for sharing. You need to does Candace have some information? Because her concepts are amazing.
I forgot to put Candace's information in the
Canda Panda cosplay.
Man, it's amazing that you made all of that. That's fantastic.
Is that right? Did I get that right?
add all of Candace's stuff after this. I will put it on there. Oh my goodness. Well, this was fun.
Thank
This was awesome.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh,
Yes, thank you so much, Mandy. See, it's the pants with nobody inside.
Wow. Oh goodness. Well, thank you all for being here. This was a blast.
Yes.
Congratulations. Thank you, Mandy.